Good morning all. Last class we discussed about government schemes part 1. In that we discussed about how we have to prepare for the government schemes. In that we discussed about education related government schemes, health related government schemes, vulnerable sections government schemes like SC, ST, OBCs and denotified tribes. Today we will be discussing other most important current affairs of science and technology, economy, commerce ministry. So the next is about agriculture related government schemes which are in news from 2022, like part 1. So this is part 2. In that part 2, agriculture related government schemes, and the first scheme is called as Digital Agriculture Mission 2024. Digital Agriculture Mission 2024. According to this scheme, so in 2024 suddenly after formation of new government came up with 5 schemes mainly targeting agriculture sector. One of them is Digital Agriculture Mission, started in the year 2024. It is agriculture, hence it is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. What scheme? Central sector scheme. It is central sector scheme. Core objective. What is objective? To modernize Indian agriculture using digital public infrastructure, creating a technology enabling ecosystem for efficient service delivery. Simple. National Digital Agriculture Mission. Everything, whatever is there with respect to agriculture, means how many farmers are doing agriculture, how much percentage of production is happening, and what is the net output. So mainly 3 categories. How many means in every district, in every state, in every UT, how many people are pursuing agriculture, and how much percentage of land is under agriculture, and how much is the net productivity and the profit which is generated by the farmer. So everything will be digitalized with respect to agriculture. Everything with respect to agriculture will be digitalized in this particular scheme called as what? Digital Agriculture Mission, or it is also called as National Digital Agriculture Mission. So whom we are going to target? Farmers, state governments and agri-technology startups. So as I told you, it is what? It is going to maintain a stack. It is going to maintain a register. It is going to make a stack. It is going to make a register. So it will give a data to the policy makers. How we have to make the policy? A register will be maintained, so that it will give how many numbers, input data will be given in digital format. So mainly this data will be made, the stack will be made, the register will be made in 3 fronts. Number 1, farmer registry, unique ID for farmers, means every farmer will be counted and every farmer will be given with unique ID. You are aware or not, I don't know. We know that Raitu Bandhu scheme of Telugu states, mainly Telangana state, Raitu Bandhu, whereby the farmers will be getting direct investment. The farmers will be getting direct investment in the form of direct benefit transfer. The same scheme is been copied into Government of India by the name called as what? PM Kisan. From this season, from November season, they told that Prime Minister Kisan direct benefit transfer of money will be given only to those farmers who is going to have this unique ID. Now the Raitu Bandhu scheme of Telangana, which is named as Raitu Bharosa now, they also want to give only to those farmers who are going to have unique ID. So every farmer is going to have an ID, so that every number will be counted in the national registry. So that every number whose name, what crop he is going to do, what cultivation he is going to do, that is going to be counted under. So this particular measure, this particular reform in which scheme? Digital agriculture machine, whereby every farmer will be given with a unique ID. Crop zone, I told you, how much crop, wheat how much, paddy how much, pulses how much, sugarcane how much, net crop data. Third, geo-referenced village maps means in which village, which crop, and in which village, how many farmers, and in that village, how much outcome. In this way, 3 registers will be maintained, 3 stacks will be maintained under Digital Agriculture Machine 2024. Number one, unique ID for the farmers will be given and every farmer will be added in the register. Number one. Number two, how much crops has been sowed will be registered in the digital format. Number two. Number three, geo-referenced village maps will be made so that in that particular village, really how many farmers are there, what they are producing, and how much income is being generated. In this way, 3 registers will be maintained in this particular scheme. Prelims point of view, very, very important. Digital agriculture machine is going to do what? Digital agriculture machine is just going to make the stack, is just going to make a register. In that particular register, we are going to have 3 things. Number one, every farmer will be added, and for every farmer a unique ID will be given. Number two, how much crop has been sown. Number three, geo-referenced village maps will be provided so that which farmer, whether that farmer is there or not in that particular village, and whether that particular farmer is doing agriculture or not. For example, what happened, I will tell you. Now, Raitu Bandhu scheme of Telangana state, a farmer, not a farmer, a person who had 20 acres of agriculture land, but he is not doing agriculture. But he is having 20 acres of agriculture land, but he is not doing agriculture. Still, he is to get Raitu Bandhu. In India, it is called as Prime Minister Kisan. When he is not doing agriculture, then why he should get Raitu Bandhu? Now the name has been changed as Raitu Bharosa. If he is not doing agriculture, then why he should get Raitu Bharosa? Hence, this government, now the present government is telling that we are going to give only Raitu Bharosa to only those farmers who are having unique ID. And unique ID will be given only to those people who are not only having the agriculture land, who is doing. So one point you got. Unique ID for farmers will be provided to the farmers who is, to the people who is having the agriculture land, or to the people who are doing agriculture. Again, it is only giving to the person who is having agriculture land and who is doing agriculture. Kaulu Raitulaki Ivaru means if any, I am a tenant, I don't have land. I took 10 acres of land on rent, lease, and I am doing agriculture. I will not get unique ID. So unique ID is only to the owner and the owner who is doing agriculture. Krishi Decision Support System. Krishi DSS, a geospatial platform integrating data on soil, weather and water to aid policy decisions. So, what type of soil is there, what type of weather is there, what type of geo or climatic conditions are there. One app will be created and this app will be having accessibility only to the policy makers so that they can make a proper policy under this particular mission, which is called as Krishi DSS. Krishi Decision Support System. So, Digital Agriculture Mission is going to digitize complete agriculture sector in digital format. All the data will be entered and that data will be made in digital format. That particular scheme is called as Digital Agriculture Mission. Yes. See, అది means. లాభమా నష్టమా అన్నది మెయిన్స్. ఇది అడుగుతారు, ఏబిసిడి మీకు తెలుసా తెలియదా, మనకి ఎగ్జామ్లో వచ్చిందా రాలేదు, అది మంచిదా చెడ్డదా. దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ డిజిటల్ అగ్రికల్చర్ మిషన్. సో విచ్ ఇయర్ ఇట్ లాంచ్డ్? Approved with an outlay of 2008. Nothing, it's not physical, it's only digital. It is only digital. Digitalizing Then what is the benefit? Policymakers can easily make the policy. For example, I will tell you, if you go to Telangana and if you go to Vidarbha state, 90% of the farmers who are committing suicides are cotton farmers. So that when we are sitting in the Delhi and making the policy, then I can come to a conclusion that cotton farmers are committing suicides in Telangana state and Vidarbha region of Maharashtra. Hence, there is a need for a specific tailor-made scheme for them. So that the cotton farmers will be targeted, so that the cotton farmers will not be committing suicide. In that way, digital format data will be provided. Through which mission? Digital Agriculture Mission 2024. Second scheme, which is called as Mission for Atmanirbhar in Pulses 2025. Very new scheme which is called as Atmanirbhar in Pulses. Mainly 3 pulses are being targeted. Actually, there is a paradox. What is the paradox? We are the very good producer of pulses and we are very good importer of pulses. We are the first producer of pulses in the world and we are the first importer of pulses in the world. Means what? We are the first producer, but we are first consumers, because of which how much we are producing is insufficient to us. So hence we are importing. So this Atmanirbhar in Pulses is mainly targeting 3 pulses. What are those pulses? Means it is mainly Tur dal, Kandipappu, Tur dal, Urad dal, Urad means Minapam, Urad dal and Masur dal. You know Masur, Mysore pap. Masur dal, Urad dal and Tur. So it is mainly targeting 3 crops. Tur, TUM. Tur, Urad, Masur dal. So this was been envisaged in which year? 2025. And what is the main core objective of it is producing more pulses, so that there should be import substitution. There should be import substitution and we have to become self-reliant. Becoming self-reliant is called as Atmanirbhar. And it came in the year 2025 and it will be closed by the year 2030. So 2025, 2026, 2026, 2020, that means for 5 years. This was being envisaged for how many years? For 5. So main thing is what? We are going to produce more pulses. 100% procurement assurance, guaranteed procurement by NAFED and NCCF for the next 4 years under Prime Minister Asha guidelines. High density means mainly high density production clusters to boost yield. So it is going to target 3 crops. One is Tur, other is Urad, other is Masur, whereby we want to shift from import substitution to self-reliant. And this particular program is from 2025, 2026 to 2030 to 2031. How much money was been allocated to it? 11,440 crore was been allocated for this particular project. Procurement responsibility will be taken by the government. Who will be taking the procurement? Directly government will be taking the procurement by a different organization called as NAFED, not by FCA. Next scheme. Prime Minister Dandanya Krishi Yojana. Prime Minister Dandanya Krishi Yojana. What is this? So we are having multiple government schemes. We are having multiple government schemes with respect to agriculture and farmer welfare, because of which a farmer is becoming confused. So, Pradhana Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana mainly targets about convergence. Convergence means multiple government schemes were being converged into one scheme. Multiple government schemes are being converged into one scheme, so that people will be having the clarity that, oh, this is the one scheme which is going to have all the features. Hence, that single umbrella scheme is called as Pradhana Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Ministry of Agriculture. What is this? Convergence mission. Whenever you hear with respect to government schemes, convergence mission, convergence government scheme, if you come across convergence word, you have to remember that, there were been multiple schemes and these multiple schemes combined together to form one scheme. That particular scheme is called as what? Convergence scheme. to transform agriculture in agri-districts by boosting productivity, processing and local value addition. Farmers in 100 selected high potential districts, this particular productivity will be increased. Identification of 100 districts to function as export production hubs, merging 36 existing government schemes across 11 ministries into one particular scheme. So we are going to have what? Convergence, collaboration and competition among the districts. So this is pilot basis. In how many districts we are going to implement this Pradhana Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana? 100 districts among selected states, and it is going to have 3 C's, which is called as convergence, collaboration and competition. The main target is what? Production and export. And it is going to subsume how many government schemes? 36 government schemes into one scheme. And we are going to implement how? Pilot basis. If it is successful in these 100 districts, then it is going to apply it across India. That is called as Pradhana Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. In which year? 2025. How much budget allocated? 24,000. Farm gate and market through infrastructure cluster. So what was the first scheme? Digital Agriculture Mission. Second one? Atmanirbhar Pulses. Atmanirbhar Pulses. Next? Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. 4. National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. 2025. What is this scheme all about? See what happened? Genetically modified organism crops. Genetically modified organism crops was not that much successful or not that much easy to implement because of regulations. But genetically modified organism crops are having advantages like pest resistant, more production, climate resilient. These are the advantages of genetically modified organism crops. But there is a problem that they are not easily adopted into the soil. They are not easily adopted into India. That is a very big problem. So government of India understood that. So in the right now situation, because of rigid regulations and opposition, we cannot go with genetically modified organism crops. But however, we can increase the productivity by what we did in the first green revolution, which is called as by adopting high yielding variety seeds. Now the same high yielding variety seeds we will be adopting. Why? Because we thought we will shift to GMO crops, but it is very tough to shift to GMO crops. So again we will go back and we will produce a seed which will be producing high yield. Hence the next scheme is called as what? National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. So mainly focusing on what? Productivity. Mainly focusing on productivity. Advanced seed research and development, farmer access to quality seeds, climate resilient seed varieties, promoting seed adoption, ensuring enhanced crop productivity and food security by the mission called as what? National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. In which year? 2025. See, this many schemes came, this many missions came. What it is telling? Ministry of Farmer, Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Department of Agriculture Research, and mainly taken care by Department of Agriculture Research and Education and Indian Council of Agriculture Research. These both are implementing it. Who are implementing it? DARE and ICAR. DARE means what? Department of Agriculture Research and Education and Indian Council for Agriculture and Research. These are the two bodies which are going to implement what? National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. What scheme? Sector scheme. Increase seed replacement rate and deploy climate resilient seed varieties. Target are who? Farmers, seed corporations and research bodies. And what type of seeds we want to develop? Biofortified seeds. What is biofortified seeds? Golden rice. If you remember golden rice, what is golden rice? Golden rice will be having extra vitamin A. So golden rice is a biofortified. So artificially, I should not use the word artificially, synthetically, yes. Synthetically, vitamin A is added into the seed and a rice was being found. And this rice is having high vitamin A. Biofortification. That biofortification is called as golden rice. So now we want to biofortify the seeds. so that people who are not having iron, people who are not having zinc, people who are not having calcium will be provided externally. So under this particular national mission on high yielding seeds, the target is not only productivity, what it is? Biofortification seeds. And second target is what? Climate resilient seeds. What is climate resilient seeds? Drought or salt water or ocean water, also we can produce the productivity. So second target of national mission on high yielding seeds is what? The seed should become climate resilient. Third, commercial scaling, which is nothing but lab to land transfer of 100 plus newly released ICAR varieties. Commercially, we want to do it as a commercial. People should go with this. People should use it. On commercial level, it should be successful. These are the three targets under national mission high yielding seeds. Number 1, biofortification. Number 2, climate resilient. Number 3, commercial scale. Launched in the year 2025. How much budget allocated? 100. For 2025-2026 to strengthen the public seed research ecosystem and multiplication chain. So this particular mission is mainly working to seed improvement. Is mainly working to improve the seeds and make the seed high yielding. Mainly by how many processes? 3 processes. Biofortification, climate resilience, and commercial speed. Who are the people implementing this national mission on high yielding seeds? DARE and Department of Agriculture Research and Education, Indian Council for Agriculture and Research. Sustainable livestock health and production 2024. See. Sustainable livestock health and production. So we have to protect the health of livestock. What constitutes livestock? Tell me, what constitutes livestock? Livestock means what? Cattle, goat, sheep, next pig, next hen, poultry. This all called as what? Livestock. Sustainable livestock for their health and productivity. What are those points? First, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Welfare, Animal Husbandry and Dairy. Central sponsor. To improve what? To improve animal health, management, veterinary education and dairy productivity. Who are the beneficiaries? Livestock farmers, dairy cooperatives. And what we are going to develop? Veterinary infrastructure. What we are going to improve? Genetic improvement. And what we are going to ensure? Nutrition. So nutrition will be ensured, the genetical improvement will be there, and there will be a veterinary infrastructure will be provided, which is nothing but veterinary hospitals in every village. So under this sustainable livestock health and productivity, we are going to ensure what? Veterinary infrastructure. We are going to ensure what? Nutrition. We are going to ensure what? Genetic improvement. ఈ మూడు వేలల్లో మనము లైఫ్ స్టాక్ ని ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోబోతున్నాం అన్నమాట. ఒకటేమో వెటర్నరీ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు గివ్ అండ్ genetic improvement we are going to do so that productivity will increase. And third is what? Nutrition. Launch year 2024. Approved with a total outlay of 1702. See, actually this budget allocation you need to remember. Then why I placed this? Because with respect to the budget outlay, you have to understand the seriousness of government. I will tell you the story. 2014, when National Rural Employment Guarantee Act was there and the Narendra Modi government was there, before 2014, the budget allocation for NREGA was 1,50,000. Average 1,50,000. But from 2015, when Narendra Modi government came, 2015, 1,20,000, 1,10,000, 1,70,000, 80,000, 90,000, 80,000. 2024, it became 60,000 crore. Half of the budget they allocated. From this, what we are understanding, the government is reluctant or he is not at all wishing for NREGA. So the BJP government is negative for NREGA. And they showed that they are negative in which year? 2025. By reforming NREGA to what? Jiramji, yes, VB, Vikasit Bharat. Now what they did, almost good or bad, but earlier law is compulsory. There was some mandatory, there was some budget allocation. Now it is not that much mandatory. So means why I am telling this example, with the budget allocation also we can come to conclusion that how much serious the government is. That is the reason for research and development what we will tell. United States of America is 5% of GDP, whereas China is 2.5% of GDP, whereas India is 0.6% of the GDP for research and development. Oh, from this what we are understanding, so India is not that much interested in. So, through National Mission on Livestock Health and Productivity, what are the 3 areas we are going to focus? Veterinary infrastructure, nutrition, genetical improvement. Which year it started? 2020. What constitute livestock is also important. Whether fishery is also livestock? No. Fishery is not livestock. Separate. Sustainable development of horticulture. Now tell me, what is horticulture? Fruits, vegetables, flowers. Flowers also. Floriculture, vegetable, fruits. This all comes under aromatic plants, medicinal plants, aromatic plants, medicinal plants, vegetables, fruits, flowers, plantation. Plantation crops. So see, whenever you are reading such topics, don't go directly into the scheme. First you should understand National Sustainable Development of Horticulture. So what is horticulture you need to know. When you are discussing about livestock, what constitutes livestock you have to study. Without understanding what is livestock, if you study about livestock schemes, it is waste. No. That is the reason UPSC 2 questions they are asking. One is basic question, one is advanced question. When the people are unable to answer the advanced question, they will be easily addressing the questions which are basic. What constitute horticulture? What constitute livestock? Plantation crops are different. Horticulture crops are different. Horticulture crops are flowers, fruits, vegetables, aromatic plants, medicinal plants. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Central sponsored to diversify farmer income through high value horticulture crops. Farmers engaged in fruits, vegetables, floriculture and plantation crops. Specific few plantation crops. Crop diversification. Promotion of tropical, subtropical and temperate horticulture crops. Medicinal plants. Improving access to quality rootstock and bulbs, which are planting material. Medicinal plants, crop diversification. Which year? 2024. How much outcome it is? How much outlay it is? 1,129. So what is the scheme called as? Sustainable Development of Horticulture. In which we are going to target how many sectors? 3 sectors. Number 1 what? Crop diversification. Medicinal plants. Planting material. Prime Minister Sampada 2.0. Already we have Prime Minister Sampada 1.0. I believe it's 2017 or 2018. Prime Minister Sampada. So Sampada scheme is mainly focusing on what? Food processing industry. See, Pradhana Mantri Sampada scheme. Government of India understood that we need to go with labor-intensive manufacturing sectors. Labor-intensive manufacturing sectors are automobile sectors, jewelries. But within the agriculture sector, there is one more labor-intensive sector which is called as food processing industry. So in order to make the food processed more, the government of India earlier came with a scheme called as Sampada 1.0. Now it is Sampada 2.0. So Sampada 2.0 is mainly with respect to food processing. In which year it came into existence? And how much investment is C? 50,000 crore investment. How many lakhs of jobs they want to produce? 7 lakh jobs they want to produce. And what we are going to establish? mega food parks, integrated food processing centers, cold chain storages, food processing units, brand promotion and exports, agri-cluster projects. So this is about Pradhana Mantri Sampada, which is Ministry of Food Processing Industry Central Sector Scheme to create modern infrastructure for food processing and reduce agriculture waste. Continuation of PM Kisan Sampada Yojana, food processing units, FPO and agri entrepreneurs. So what we are going to come up with? Mega food parks and clusters. Cold chain infrastructure. One thing is there now, which is not there in Sampada 1.0, it is there in Sampada 2.0. Sampada 1.0 also there is mega food parks are there, cold chain infrastructure is there. But what is not there in Sampada 1.0 and what is there in Sampada 2.0 is PLI. What is PLI? Production linked incentive scheme. Production linked incentive scheme. This production linked incentive scheme is mainly for manufacturing sectors. What is this scheme? Tells that any company, if they produce more, the government will give incentive. For example, a Toyota showroom is there. Toyota showroom, every month they will be producing, for example, 10,000 cars. Now the government is giving a scheme called as production linked incentive scheme. You Toyota company in India, if you are going to produce 15,000 cars, means 5,000 extra car, I will remove your GST. I will give you GST benefit. That is called as production linked incentive scheme. Now you should understand this. Sir, then what the benefit the company is going to get? The benefit is GST. Then what benefit government is going to get? They are producing more. Then by producing more, what benefit they will get, sir? When they produce more, they will try to sell, no? When they produce more, they will try to sell. When they sell, market will move. When they sell, market will come into motion. So in order to make the market to be motioned for manufacturing sector, for all the manufacturing sectors, they came up with a scheme called as production linked incentive scheme. In food processing sector, this was not there, but now in food processing sector, this is there. Earlier it is called as Sampada 1.0, now it is called as Sampada 2.0. Earlier which year? 2017. Now which year? 2025. Revamped with a fresh outlay of 6,520 crore to focus on supply chain efficiency and export oriented. What is there in Sampada 2.0 and what is not there in Sampada 1.1? Simple. Production linked incentive. What are there in both? Mega food parks, cold chain infrastructure. Both are there. Namo drone Didi, last class also we discussed. Which year? 2024. What is that? 15,000 self-help groups. This also comes under drone, mainly agriculture. This drone should be not used in photographs, videography. This drone should be used only in agriculture sector, fertilizers, agriculture sector. 15,000 self-help groups will be identified, and for every self-help group, one drone will be given. See, we will not give for individuals. To the self-help group we will give. Who is the owner of the drone? Self-help group. Self-help group will be owning drones, not individuals. In that self-help group, there will be a pilot, there will be an assistant. The pilot and assistant will be trained by the government. And 80% will be funded by government and 20% will be funded by self-help group. And through that drone, the self-help group will be earning the money. It can be with respect to sowing of the seed, it can be with respect to fertilizers, it can be with respect to pesticide. That is which is called as Namo drone. And that 15,000 self-help groups are women self-help groups. That is the reason it is called as Didi. collaborate Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Ministry of Rural Development, empower women self-help groups and modernize agriculture through drone technology for fertilizer pesticide spraying. How many self-help groups will be given? 15,000 women self-help groups will be provided. Distribution of drones to how many? 15,000 SHGs, and maximum 8 lakhs rupees will be provided, covering up to 80% of drone cost. A drone pilot will be trained and drone assistant will be trained. And the scheme was been approved in the year of 2024, and how much budget was been allocated for this year is 1260. This is called as Namo Drone TV. Scheme for first time entrepreneurs. Scheme for first time entrepreneurs means what, sir? Those people who didn't got loan either by Startup India or Stand Up India or by any of the scheme of government, those virgins who didn't got any scheme already, those will be given loans under this particular scheme called as Scheme for First Time. Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Who will be implementing it? SIDBI, Small Industrial Development Board of India. SIDBI will be implementing it. Which scheme? Sector scheme. To facilitate credit flow to whom? New entrants in the business world who lack collateral or credit history, specifically targeting the unfunded segments. How many people we are targeting by this scheme? 5 lakh first time entrepreneurs over the next 5 years. Who will be targeted? Women will be targeted, SC will be targeted, ST will be targeted. Who will be given loans? Women, SC, ST only. And this scheme is called as what? Scheme for First Time. Provide term loan up to 2 crore, not for maximum up to 2 crore they will give. Operates on a credit guarantee model likely under the expanded CGT-MSA scheme. Includes mentorship and hand-holding components to ensure business sustainability. Which year it got started? July 2024. This is a fresh intervention to bridge the gap left by Stand Up India, specifically focusing on manufacturing and service sector for new entrants. This is important, which you should study in your economy also. What is this? I will tell you. CGT-MSC. Anyone know this? CGT-MSC. Micro Small Enterprise. Micro Small Enterprise. Credit Guarantee Trust. Credit Guarantee Trust for MSME sector. CGT-MSC. What is this? You should know about it, not from the perspective of subject. You are taking a loan. For example, it's an economic question also. You want to establish a hotel, service sector, or you want to establish a nuts and bolts manufacturing, goods also. It can be goods and it can be services. It can be service sector, it can be manufacturing sector. I went to a bank and I took 10 lakhs of loan. Now, banks made it mandatory that every MSME loaned person should go through CGT-MSC. This is the reality. If you go to the bank which is beside, they will ask for CGT-MSC. If you go to nearby any bank in India, they are asking for CGT-MSC. Means what? For 10 lakhs rupees, 1% you have to pay like insurance. For 10 lakhs, 1% means how much? 10,000 rupees. So when you pay 10,000 rupees, it will go to the SIDBI. It will be under the control of SIDBI. So 10,000 is nothing but what? Insurance. For every 1 year, you have to pay 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. So what will happen? Your CGT-MSC will be active. So when you are failed, when your business is failed, because you already applied for CGT-MSC, the loan which you took will be paid by the SIDBI, like insurance. So now the bank will not be the defaulter. If that person is not going to pay, then who will pay to the bank? SEDB will be paying. Why? Because the customer already applied for what? CGT MSc, for which he paid the fees and he is paying the fees every year. How much amount? 1% of the loan amount. So, what is the guarantee to the bank? The bank guarantee is that if this particular person who took the loan, if he is unable to pay, at least SEDB will be paying me. So now every micro, small, medium enterprises are asking that if you want to loan, whether you will file CGT MSc, then only they are giving. So that if he is defaulter, then who will be paying the amount? Like a health insurance. If my health is not good, who will be paying my bill? That health insurance company will be paying. That is called a CGT MSc. Credit Guarantee Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises. Which year it got started? 2024. Yes. Next scheme. MSME Team Initiative. Which year? 2024. MSME Team Initiative. Ministry of MSME. Which scheme? Sector scheme. Sub-scheme under the World Bank supported RAMP program. To onboard micro and small enterprises upon the Open Network for Digital Commerce. What is this? Under MSME team, our goods, what we are manufacturing, will be kept in Open Network Digital Commerce. The government is going to create Open Network Digital Commerce, same like Amazon, ONDC. So, under MSME team, any MSME product, any product which is being produced in India, freely will be entering into the platform called as ONDC, so that I can sell in the ONDC without paying any commission. In Amazon, in Flipkart, whether the seller will pay the commission? Seller will pay the commission. But in ONDC, seller will not pay the commission, or buyer also will not pay any extra amount. How much is MRP? What is the selling price? That much amount they have to pay. So what will happen? The MSME sector will be getting benefited. That particular scheme is called as what? MSME team. So all the products of MSME should be launched in ONDC. Under which scheme? MSME team. 5 lakhs MSMEs, MSC only. Micro and small enterprises. 50% of the beneficiaries are targeted to the women-owned enterprises. Trade Enabled Alliance for MSME provides financial aid for cataloging, account management, logistics, and packing, making MSC what? E-commerce ready. So it's simple. MSME team initiative is nothing but the MSMEs who are producing the goods, they can be freely launched on ONDC platform, by which they cannot pay or they are not asked to pay any extra amount. Why? Because ONDC platform belongs to whom? Ministry of MSME. So that they can sell their goods in e-commerce. The same goods, if they put in Flipkart or in the Amazon, they need to pay extra amount. Now they no need to pay extra amount. That particular scheme is called as what? MSME team initiative. This also allocated 277 crore for 3 years, launched alongside Yashaswini campaign for women to bring women entrepreneurs, to bring women into MSME. One campaign was being created which is called as Yashaswini. What is Yashaswini? Under MSME team, one campaign was being created, and that campaign is to enable the woman to become a entrepreneur. That particular campaign is called as Yashaswini. Yashaswini is broadly under which initiative? MSME team initiative. Export promotion mission for MSME. Export promotion mission for MSME, year 2025. Export promotion mission for MSME 2025. What it is going to do? Department of Commerce, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with Ministry of MSME. Central sector scheme. One thing you remember, whenever I am using MSME, export to promotion, most often 99.9% of the schemes are central sector. It can be MSME, it can be about export to promotions. This type of programs will be directly under central government. To enhance the export competitiveness of MSME, focus on Niryat Protsahana, which is called as export promotion, and tackle non-tariff barriers. MSME exporters, particularly in labor-intensive sectors like textile, leather, gems and jewelers. A unified digital platform for all export-related clearances. 25,060 crore outlay for the period of 2025 to 2030. Includes setting up of e-commerce export hubs in public-private partnership mode. So it is nothing but the new scheme which was been created under the Ministry of MSME and Ministry of Commerce and Industry to promote what? Exports. Z 2.0. Zero defect, zero effect. Actually, this was a tagline of Make in India. 2015, when Make in India program was being envisaged, Make in India, then we have this Z, which is called as zero effect, zero defect, or zero defect, zero effect. Means what? That good should not have any defect, and that good should not impact negatively on the environment. Zero effect on the environment, zero defect in the good, it is called as Z. Initially under which scheme? Make in India. Ministry of MSME, central sector schemes, components of MSME champion scheme to encourage MSMEs to manufacture quality products, which is called as zero defect, with minimal environmental impact, which is called as zero effect. All MSMEs registered with Udyam registration. Certification levels. So what will happen? Nothing. MSME, for example, I will tell you. This Vishnu Educational Institutions Private Limited is also a Udyami register. We are also MSME. So when we are MSME, but we are service sector, no? It is mainly beneficial to goods, manufacturing sector. Why? Because zero defect, zero effect will be for goods or for services? For goods. So if anyone is registered MSME, there will be Udyami portal. When we register for Udyami portal also, if something happens to this particular company, then the government will come for support. That is the benefit of getting Udyami registration. So whoever are Udyami registered, mainly good manufacturing, if they want guarantee or if they want the support from the government, they should follow what? Z, which is called as zero defect, zero effect. When they are having zero defect, when they are having zero effect, when they are having Udyami register, they will get certificates. Bronze, silver, gold, accordingly, initiatives from the government. So there are certifications like bronze, silver or gold. New parameters added: energy management and measurement analysis mandatory parameters for higher certification, reduced cost of certification free for women SC, ST for bronze, and financial support for technology upgradation, graded incentives, concessions in loan processing fees by banks and freight operational schemes by railways. If we get this particular certificate, అంటే ఏం లేదు, ఒక MSME సెక్టర్ కనుక ఉద్యమి కింద రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేయించుకుంటే వాళ్ళు గనక ZED కేటగిరీలో ఉంటే, జీరో డిఫెక్ట్ జీరో ఎఫెక్ట్ కేటగిరీలో గనక ఉంటే, ఎప్పుడైనా లోన్లో డిఫాల్ట్ అయినా సరే, ఎవరైనా లోన్ ఇవ్వకపోయినా సరే, రైల్వేస్లో మనం గూడ్స్ని ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ చేసినప్పుడైనా సరే, దేర్ విల్ బి గివెన్ బెస్ట్ డిస్కౌంట్ టు MSME ఉద్యమి పోర్టల్ కంపెనీస్ హూ ఆర్ కాంప్లియంట్ టు Z. and who are compliant with Z, they will be given with certifications like bronze, silver and gold. If they are getting gold, then there will be lot of incentives. Then there will be having lot of incentives. Like what, sir? Like for example, concessions in interest rate, concessions while we are unable to pay the loan, or concessions in freight carriers. These are all the advantages. ఇవన్నీ ఇంతకుముందు లేవు, అంటే కన్సెషన్స్ లేకుండే. ఇంతకుముందు ఏముండేనంటే బ్రాండ్ Z, all Indian goods which will be produced under MSME sector should follow Z. Zero effect, zero defect. Now what we did in Z 2.0, we are giving certification. According to certification, you will be getting incentives and discounts. This was not there earlier. Hence, it is called a Z 2.0. That is called a Z 1.0. Z 1.0 was only about brand building. మా కంపెనీ జెడ్లో ఉంది అంటే ఒక బ్రాండ్. ఇప్పుడు నా కంపెనీ జెడ్లోనే కాదు, నేను ఉద్యమి పోర్టల్లో ఉన్నాను, దాంతోపాటు నాకు ఒక సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా ఉంది బ్రాంజ్, గోల్డ్, సిల్వర్లో. ఐఎమ్ గోల్డ్ అన్నప్పుడు నాకు డిస్కౌంట్ వస్తుంది ట్యాక్స్లో, నాకు డిస్కౌంట్ వస్తుంది లోన్ రేట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్లో, నాకు డిస్కౌంట్ వస్తుంది ఫ్రైట్ క్యారియర్ మూవ్మెంట్లో. సో హెన్స్ పీపుల్ విల్ బీ వర్కింగ్ మోర్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు Z 2.0, and the people will be working more to get a certificate either gold or silver. So that what will be boosted finally? MSME sector. MSME sector is important for your GS3. MSME Hackathon 4.0 2024. Ministry of MSME, Central Sector, to promote the culture of innovation and idea incubation among MSMEs and youth. Young innovators, MSME students and startups. Thematic areas: focus on artificial intelligence, focus on Internet of Things, focus on Industry 4.0, focus on green technology. Can anyone tell me what is Industry 4.0? Industry 4.0. Last time also we discussed about it. Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0. In development of industries, in industrial revolution, in manufacturing sector, we are going to use AI. We are going to use internet. We are going to use service sector. We are going to use software programs. So that industrial revolution will happen. For that, facilitators are who? Service sector. So manufacturing will done, service sector will be there. Both will be working together. That is called as servicification of manufacturing sector. That is called as what? Servicification of manufacturing sector, which is called as Industry 4.0. In industrial revolution, there will be usage of service sector. Grant up to 15 lakh per approved idea for incubation. Ideas are incubated, recognized higher institutions like IITs or NITs, etc. This particular scheme is called as what? MSME Hackathon 4.0. So, innovative solutions, digital technology development, problem solving challenges, funding and mentorship opportunities. Special scheme for micro enterprises. If you are aware of, under startup scheme and stand-up scheme, we have 3 schemes: Kishore, Tarun, Shishu. Tarun is from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Kishore is from, there is Shishu, Kishore, Tarun 0 to MSME definition. Up to 5 lakhs Shishu. Then Kishore, then Tarun. It will come, it will come. So this is called as what? Special scheme for micro enterprises. In which year? 2024. Ministry of MSME, implemented via CGTMSE. Central sector scheme to bring informal micro enterprises into the formal credit. IMEs registered under the Udyam Assistant Platform, means micro enterprises must be exempt from goods and service tax regime. So any micro enterprise any micro enterprise who is been registered under Udyami will be exempted from GST. What is the benefit of getting exemption from GST? How much tax will not be levied? 18% tax will not be levied. So the benefit of this special scheme for micro enterprises 2024 is talking about the new micro enterprises which were being informal sector. If they get registered under Udyami, they will be exempted from GST. అంటే కొన్ని మైక్రో ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి అంటే 5 లక్షల కన్నా తక్కువ పెట్టుబడి, 5 lakhs కన్నా తక్కువ పెట్టుబడి ఉన్నటువంటి కంపెనీస్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే మైక్రో ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ అని అంటాం. స్మాల్ అంటే 10 lakhs కన్నా తక్కువ పెట్టుబడిని స్మాల్ అంటాం, 5 to 10. 10 to 20 ఉంటేనేమో దాన్ని మనము మీడియం ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ అని అంటాం. అబౌవ్ 20 అంటేనేమో విల్ టెల్, నాట్ హెవీ విల్ టెల్, బట్ అదర్ ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ విల్ టెల్. ఇంతకుముందు ఏమయ్యేదంటే ఎక్కడ నేను జిఎస్టీ అంబిట్లోకి వస్తానని చెప్పేసి రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేయించుకునే వాళ్ళు కాదనమాట. నేను రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేయించుకుంటే నేను ఖచ్చితంగా మ్యాండేటరీగా జిఎస్టీ నంబర్ తెచ్చుకోవాలి. కాబట్టి నేను జిఎస్టీ నంబర్ తెచ్చుకుంటే నేను ప్రతి గూడ్ నేను అమ్మే దాంట్లో నేను 18% ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి. కాబట్టి వాళ్ళు రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేయించుకునే వాళ్ళు కాదు. సో గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియాకి అర్థమైంది ఏంటంటే, ఓహో, దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఇన్ఫార్మల్ మైక్రో ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ ఆర్ నాట్ బికమింగ్ ఫార్మల్ మైక్రో ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్. So now the government want everything to be formalized. So government told any micro enterprise, if they register under Udyami, they will be exempted from GST. So ఇంకా భయం ఎందుకు, నువ్వు రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకో, అట్లీస్ట్ నంబర్ అని వస్తుంది, అట్లీస్ట్ నీ నంబర్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది. సో దట్ ఏమైనా ఫ్యూచర్లో ఏమైనా గవర్నమెంట్ స్కీమ్స్ వస్తే నీకు ఇవ్వడానికి మాకు ఆస్కారం ఉంటుంది అన్నదే ఉద్దేశం అనమాట. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అస్ స్పెషల్ స్కీమ్ ఫర్ micro enterprises 2024. Up to collateral free loan up to 20 lakhs. 85% guarantee coverage provided by CGTMSC. Lenders cannot ask for any primary security or third party. Means micro enterprises who are getting registered, they will be exempted from GST. Not only exemption from GST, they will be getting loan up to 20 lakhs. They will be covering CGTMSC coverage up to 85%, and lenders will not be asked for any collateral. ఎన్ని బెనిఫిట్స్ వచ్చాయి ఇప్పుడు వీళ్ళకి? 4 బెనిఫిట్స్ వచ్చాయి. అంటే నువ్వు ఇన్ఫార్మల్ సెక్టర్లో మైక్రో ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ లాగా ఉన్నప్పుడు నువ్వు ఫార్మల్ మైక్రో ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ లాగా ఎందుకు కావట్లేదంటే, ఎక్కడ జిఎస్టీ కట్టాల్సి వస్తుందేమో అని నువ్వు కాలేదు కదా. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు జిఎస్టీ కట్టనవసరం లేదు, నీకు 20 lakhs దాకా లోన్ ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది. నీకు 85% CGTMSC అంటే ఏంటి, నీ లోన్లో నువ్వు డిఫాల్ట్ అయితే అందులో 85% ఎవరు కడతారు? సెడ్బిఏ కడుతుంది. 4వది ఏంటి, there is no need for no collateral. These are the benefits of this. So special scheme for micro enterprises. So you have to understand this. These are the points. MSME sector is a compulsory question, or 2 questions will come in your GS3. This if you add in your answer, you know, you will get more marks. ఎస్ఏలే రాకపోవచ్చు, కానీ ఒకప్పుడు ఎస్ఏలు కూడా అడిగేవాళ్ళు MSME సెక్టర్ గురించి. The scheme was crucial in enabling banks to lend to informal units that possess a Udyam certificate but no GST number. Started in 2024. Mudra Plus. Mudra loans. We have Mudra loans. Now it is called as what? Mudra Plus. 2025. Ministry of Finance. Implemented by Mudra. Micro Units Development Regulation Authority. Central Sector Scheme. To support successful entrepreneurs who have outgrown the previous lending limits of Prime Minister Mudra Yojana, existing borrowers under Tarun category 5 to 10 lakhs must have successfully repaid previous loans. వాళ్ళకి Mudra loan వర్తిస్తుంది. I will tell you, say. Under Mudra, we categorized into Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. 0 to 2 lakhs, it is called as Shishu. 2 to 5 lakhs, it is called as Kishore. 5 to 10 lakhs, it is called as Tarun. That is the reason we tell it as micro, small, not medium. MSC, not MSME. These are what? MSC, micro, small enterprises, but not MSME. M means more than 10 lakhs. So this is only limited to MSC, micro and small enterprises. So under earlier Prime Minister Mudra Yojana, whoever took loan and repaid back, again we are going to give you the loan under the scheme called as Mudra Plus, which is called as what? Tarun Plus. Loan from 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs. Geared towards entrepreneurs looking for expansion or modernization. Announced in 2024. This effectively doubles the cap of Pradhana Mantri Mudra Yojana, which was previously stuck at 10 lakhs since 2015. Means what? శిశుకి 2 లక్షల వరకు లోన్ ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళు, కిషోర్కి 5 లక్షల వరకు లోన్ ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళు, తరుణ్కి 10 lakhs వరకు ఇచ్చేవారు. ఇప్పుడు డబుల్ చేశారన్నమాట. ఓన్లీ తరుణ్కి మాత్రమే వర్తిస్తుంది, శిశుకి ఉన్ను కిషోర్కి లేదు. ఓన్లీ ఎవరికి ఉంది ముద్రా ప్లస్లో? తరుణ్కి మాత్రమే ఉంది. సో ఈ తరుణ్ 10 lakhs ఎంత చేస్తున్నారు? 20 lakhs. These are most important Mudra Plus. So tell me, category 0 to 2 it is called as Shishu, 2 to 5 5 to 10 Mudra Plus. Mudra Plus is nothing but Tarun Plus, whereby in Tarun only 10 lakhs were been given. Those who paid 10 lakhs, they will be given up to 20 lakhs. National Digital Nagarik Mission 2025. National Digital Nagarik Mission. Digital Citizen. National Digital Nagarik Mission. What it is talking about? Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology Central Sector Scheme to create a unified blockchain-backed digital identity for citizens that integrates various existing IDs into a single federated digital identity to streamline access to welfare and government schemes. Nothing. PAN card, Aadhaar card, voter card. Likewise, if you have ration card, all the cards will be integrated to a one number or will be integrated to one card. That card is called as Digital Nagarik card. That number is called as Digital Nagarik number. If you give that number, if they enter that number, all the PAN numbers, so individual PAN number you don't need to give. For example, we will give Xerox copies, one PAN number, one Aadhaar card, one voter card. So if you give one certificate or one Xerox of Digital Nagarik certificate, it gives in which the numbers are of what? PAN card number is there, voter card number is there, Aadhaar card number is there. Means if you are giving Digital Nagarik card, that means you are giving your numbers of what? Your PAN card number you are giving, your voter card number you are giving, your Aadhaar card number is giving. That is called as National Digital Nagarik Mission. All Indian citizens will have now Digital Nagarik numbers. A unified portal for accessing all central and state services without multiple logins. AI-driven anticipation of citizen needs, example, auto renewal of documents. Launch year 2025, the mission has been allocated initial funding to integrate with existing DigiLocker ecosystem. Currently in the pilot phase for One Nation, One ID implementation. This is nothing but One Nation, One ID. What is that? National Digital Nagarik Mission. So every man will be given with one single number. In that single number, there will be a PAN number, there will be a voter number, there will be a Aadhaar number, there will be a ration number, any number. Driving license number. So it's an integrated of all the numbers. So one number is provided, all the numbers will be provided. So now the government want to come down to single number. It's a pilot basis. ఇన్ని నంబర్లు ఉన్నాయి కదా, సో ఇవన్నీ కలిపి మనం ఒకటే నంబర్ ఇవ్వాలన్న ఉద్దేశంతో వన్ నేషన్ వన్ ఐడి, ఇట్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ అస్ National Digital Nagarik Mission. Green India Digital Mission. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Technology component of National Mission for Green India. To digitize forest management and carbon tracking using advanced technology to ensure transparency in green credit and carbon trade. Simple. National Digital Mission on Green. I am a company. Government had fixed condition that this much of carbon should be released. If you release more than this carbon, then you will be penalized. So you are having awareness, so you started reducing number of carbon emissions. Other company is producing more carbon emissions. So as you are not releasing the carbon, you reduced the carbon emission. For every 100 million cube of carbon emission, you will get 1 credit. So you reduced. So you got 4 carbon credits. Other company increased 400 million cubic carbon emissions. They are -4. We are +4. So they have to pay the penal. So what they will do, they will go to online. They will check who are in positive. They will buy those 4 carbon credits. Their 4 carbon credits will become 0. Why? Because money is being transferred. And this is having -4, so the +4 will add it to it, hence it becomes 0. In that way, in a digital way, in a transparent way, where we can do carbon trading is part of which machine? Green India Digital Machine. Got it? So the carbon trading, carbon emissions trading which is happening in digital platform, that particular platform comes under which mission? Green India Digital Mission. Forest department, researchers, farmers and green credit buyers or sellers. Use of drones, satellites imagery, IoT sensors for real-time forest cover analysis. So not only that, we will also have a real-time forest coverage. How much forest is there? How much forest need to be developed? These all things will be digitally. We will be covering. That particular thing is called as Digital Green India Mission. National Data Governance Policy 2025. See, these are new only. But as a teacher, I need to cover all the schemes which were been brought in the year 2020 from 2022. So I am covering all. And UPSC also searching for those questions which are been unknown. Unknown తెలుస్తేనే కదా క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ టఫ్ అనేది. అని తెలిసినే చెప్పారు అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు యూపీఎస్సీ వాల్యూ కూడా పడిపోతుంది. సో వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, ఎవరు తెలియని దొరకబట్టాలని అనుకుంటారు. ఆ దృష్టి మనం కొత్త చదవాల్సి ఉంటుంది, విచ్ ఇస్ గివెన్ బై ద గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా. వై ఐ కెన్ టెల్ విత్ దట్ మచ్ షూర్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్. సో పాలసీ, I will tell you one real policy. You see how much important policies are. GHMC is the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. If you want to construct a house, if you want to construct a building, 2023 government of Telangana came up with a rooftop policy. You know, you had constructed the building, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation in limits. Then they will give occupancy certificate, OC. They will give occupancy certificate. To give occupancy certificate, a DC, Deputy Commissioner level officer will come and he will check whether on the top roof of the house, whether you painted your roof or not. What is the benefit of it? When we paint, what will happen? The sun will not get inside. The sun heat will be reflected outside. So how much AC I am going to use will be more or less? Energy consumption. So for every building, to give occupancy certificate, the Hyderabad GHMC is looking for whether that particular building is rooftop policy compliant or not. Now government departments became very strict. They are following all these policies. We see this small, these are very, they follow it. Now, another example I will tell you. This you also know. In your home, you want to go for doing a bore well. With your minimum knowledge which you have, when you are doing boring, whether you took permission from any government authorities or your father directly brought the bore machine and did boring. Generally what? Directly bore machine will come, your father will hire someone and he will be doing boring and we will put a motor and we will take the water. But a new policy came for Government of India. In all the municipal corporations, when we are going to have a bore well, underground water, from 2023, compulsory you have to get permission in written to do boring. If written permission, 10,000 rupees fees. In written permission, if you get, then only you have to do with boring. If not, it's a criminal offense. Number one. It is not government water, no. Your land water. Boring done, you got water, you fixed motor. Now, they will ask for tamper-proof telemetry. Tamper-proof water flow telemetry means they will fix a tamper-proof water flow telemetry to the boring. So, how much water you are consuming from the groundwater? If they will put a limit, 6,000 liters per day. So, the water will flow from the groundwater through this pipe. So, this telemetry will be finding. If it crosses 6,000 liters, per every liter 1 rupee you have to pay. This is happening now, right now. So what will happen now? Whether I will use the water indiscriminately, disproportionately or proportionately? Proportionately. Whether I will have the fear that I have to protect the groundwater now? This is compulsory now. So, these are all the policies which are made by the Government of India. These are the policies which are made by the respective governments. We think that how these policies will be implemented, how these missions will be. When we go into that particular field, then we will understand the seriousness of it. Every industry is given permission to release this much of carbon emissions. Means genuinely if they work. This much of carbon emissions need to be released. More than this carbon emissions are being released, you have to pay to the government in the form of penal. Every house or every industry need to release this much of waste. If you release more waste than the limit, then you will be penalized. These are all the importance of policies and missions. On the same line, we have another policy which is called as National Data Governance Policy of year 2025. It is a mission of Ministry of Electronics Information Technology, not a funding scheme. It is just a framework idea to unleash the value of non-personal data held by the government for boosting the artificial intelligence and startup ecosystem in India. Non-personal data. What is personal data? Your height, your weight, your Aadhaar number, your PAN number. These are called as what? Personal data. Which data this is? Non-personal data. What is non-personal data? In which you are interested. Sometimes voluntarily someone will ask queries. Questionnaire, sometimes we fill the questionnaire, no? So those all questionnaires will come under non-personal data. Why? Because you are filling questionnaire of someone. Means you are not that much personal. You are open up, no? So you are open up. That is the reason you are filling the questionnaire. So that data is called as non-personal data. By non-personal data, the government will be retrieving the data and will be calculating and accordingly will be advising you what to do and what not to do. Accordingly, if you are interested in artificial intelligence or accordingly you are interested in MSME sector, then government will make a call and will be motivating you to go to or pursue that particular field. That comes under which policy? National Data Governance Policy 2025. To unleash the value of non-personal data held by the government for boosting artificial intelligence startup ecosystem, startups, research institutions, academia and government departments, a new body set up to prescribe data standards and manage the repository, a central repository where anonymized non-personal data is hosted for public So they will get the data. For example, what the new graduates from engineering colleges who came out in the year 2024, they are interested in artificial intelligence. Or the new graduates who came in 2025, they are interested in government jobs. So accordingly, we can make the policy or not. So that particular, not private people, now government is maintaining that data. Government is maintaining that repository, which is called as National Data Governance Policy. Digital India Act is going to come. Already we have IT Act, if you remember. IT Act 2000. Everything will be coming under IT Act. Now this IT Act is going to be repealed and a new act is going to come, which is called as Digital India Act of 2025. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. What it is? It's a legislation to replace the outdated Information Technology Act with a future-ready legal framework that addresses modern internet challenges like cybercrime, algorithmic bias, and intermediary liability. Target beneficiaries, internet users who are called as digital nagarik, and digital intermediaries who are social media and e-commerce. What is this? Only one point is there in this, which you have to remember. Digital India Act, which is going to repeal which act? IT Act. Digital India Act 2005, IT Act 2000. At the time, IT Act 2000, digital intermediaries were being not concentrated, or digital intermediaries were being not given that much importance. So anyone can post anything on Facebook, anyone can post anything on Instagram. Now, the Digital Act 2005, for the first time by the law, is penalizing intermediaries. Now, intermediaries are being made responsible, not the digital nagarik. Intamundu digital nagarik means who? Internet user. Now it is not the mistake with the digital user, it is a mistake with the intermediary. So intermediary should find and delete it, or intermediary should not allow it. So the complete liability is going to come on whom? Social media giants. Is going to come on whom? E-commerce industries. Up to now the liability was on whom? Digital user, internet user. Now the liability is not on internet user, but the liability is on intermediaries. That is what main point is there, which is in Digital India Act of 2005. Safe harbor reform. Reconsider the immunity granted to platforms of user-generated content. Now focus on accountability over immunity. Intamundu immunity unde, ippudemundi accountability. Adjudicatory mechanism, proposed specialized digital courts for faster grievance redressal, new technology regulations, specified rules for artificial intelligence, blockchain and online. So now everything is getting controlled, regulated by a new act, which is called as Digital India Act of 2025. AgriStack, full rollout of 2025. AgriStack. AgriStack is nothing but a repository. It is a repository. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Central sector scheme to build a digital foundation for agriculture that enables precise farmer targeting for subsidies, loans and insurance. Who are target beneficiaries? Farmers, agri-tech startups, banks, insurance corporations. Farmer registry, a database with a unique farmer ID linked to the land records. Farmer registry will be maintained. Unified farmer service interface, a open API layer allowing private players to build apps for farmers. Digital crop assessment using satellite and drone data. Simple. So another scheme by the government of India under Ministry of Agriculture, which is nothing but AgriStack, whereby there will be a registry of all the farmers. There will be registry of all the platforms who are going to create apps for the farmers. and they are going to have the data about crops and the products which are being produced by the farmers. So agriculture stack will be provided under the scheme called as Agri Stack of 2025. 2025. Yes. National Geospatial Mission 2.0. What is geospatial? Anything? Any idea? Geospatial. Geospatial is nothing but by using geographical information systems. By using geographical information systems, we can map each and every village. We can map each and every house. We can map each and every center. That mapping of complete country under which mission? National Geospatial Mission 2.0. Department of Science and Technology develop high resolution topographical maps and geospatial data to support the Prime Minister Gati Shakti Master Plan and Urban Plan. Urban planners, infrastructure agencies and private logistics firms to 25 centimeter resolution mapping. Creation of ultra high resolution maps for urban areas, strengthening continuously operating reference stations networks for precise location data. Simple. Everywhere we can have a map. Everywhere we can have a mapping. So under this National Geospatial Data Mission 2.0, mainly urban centers were being targeted and every center were being mapped up to 25 centimeter resolution such that in Prime Minister Gati Shakti Infrastructure Development Scheme, whether the infrastructure is available to every urban family, every urban house or not. So targeting urban mapping is under which scheme? Geospatial Mission 2.0. In 1.0 what was there? Villages was there. In 1.0 villages were being mapped. In 2.0 what were being mapped? Urban. If you know this much also sufficient. 1.0 mapped villages, 2.0 mapped urban centers. In synchronization with which scheme in 2.0? PM Gati Shakti. What is PM Gati Shakti? The robust infrastructure scheme. Jnana Bharatam Mission. Jnana Bharatam Mission. Ministry of Culture sector to survey, to document, to conserve and digitize India's vast heritage of ancient manuscripts and integrate this Indian knowledge systems with modern education. Manuscript, this is important. So complete manuscripts will be digitalized and will linked with the modern education system under which scheme? Jnana Bharatam scheme. Jnana Bharatam mission. So the complete ancient manuscripts will be digitalized and documented and will be linked with the modern education system, so that modern education system people will be knowing about our ancient wisdom. That scheme is called as Jnana Bharatam Mission. Manuscripts. How many? 1 crore. From various sources, museum, libraries, there will be national digital repositories of manuscripts. A sub-initiative to use AI for deciphering and translating ancient manuscripts. Partnership with countries like Thailand, Vietnam and Mongolia to preserve shared manuscript heritage. This is called as Jnana Bharatam Mission of 2025. Bharat Skill Connect Portal. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, digital public infrastructure, act as a centralized digital repository for skill resources and AI-driven bridge between skilled youth and potential employers, ITA students, trainers and job seekers. Simple. What is this? Skill Connect Portal. I will go into this particular portal called as National Skill Connector Portal or Skill Connect Portal. I am skilled at making robots. Then I will go to that particular portal and I will give my profile. Then the employer will search for his requirement. So in one particular portal, what skill I am having, what skill he is searching for. If both are being connected, then I will get the employment, he will get what he wants. That particular portal is called as National Skill Connect Portal. So it is going to be a connector between the employee and employer with respect to requirement of skill. That is called as Digital or Bharat Skill Connect Portal. Model Skill Loan Scheme, revised scheme. Model Skill Loan Scheme. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Central Sector Scheme to remove financial barriers for students wishing to pursue advanced high-cost vocational courses. Students admitted to skill development courses both in National Skill Qualification Framework or non-National Skill Qualification Framework available on Skill India Digital Hub. Maximum loan limit increased from previous 1.5 to 7. Simple. So, Model Skill Loan Scheme. Any student who want to develop a skill, but he is unable to develop that skill because of he doesn't have the money, then the students will be getting the loan. For example, nowadays animation, graphical design are on boom. Gaming is on boom. So students are learning more, but they don't have the money to buy animated course. For them, there is a scheme called as Model Skill Loan, in which only who will be given with the loan? Students will be given loan. Earlier, how much loan? 1.5. Now, how much loan? 7.5. Revised means nothing. They increase from 1.5 to 7.5. Skilling 20 lakh youth scheme. Empowering India's youth for brighter future. See, here I am not discussing about National Skill Development Mission, or here I am not discussing about National Skill Qualification Framework. These are the previous questions which were been asked earlier. If you see, if you properly identify 2017, 18, 19, 20, 4 years, every year there is a question on skill development. 2025, 2024 they didn't ask it. But 4 years at a stretch they asked about skill development. And that too the skill developments which are not popular, like Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, that they did. Kaushal means what? Skill. Skilling 20 lakh youth scheme. Prime Minister Package for Employment and Skilling, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Central Sponsor Scheme to skill how many people? 20 lakh youth over 5 period and align with training with emerging industry needs. Unemployed youth and students entering the workforce. Hub and spoke model, so that they will be getting all the required information, so that they will be getting required skill, so that they will be in a position to establish their own company. Upgradation of 1,000 ITIs into hub and spoke arrangement to improve outcome orientation. Course content and design aligned specifically to industry demands and emerging sectors. Central share provided to shares for implementation. So 20 lakh youth should be trained. Started in the year 2025 and will be completed by 2030. By 2030, how many people will be skilled? 20. National Apprenticeship Protsahan Yojana or Promotion Yojana. Same. National Apprenticeship Promotion 2.0. Promotion Scheme 2.0. What is apprenticeship? What is the meaning of apprenticeship? Apprentice అప్పట్లో ఉండేది. Apprentice everyone used to use. మన పేరెంట్స్ ఎక్కువ apprentice వెళ్ళమనేవాళ్ళు. Apprenticeship is nothing but after learning the skill, we will be placed in an industry and they will be paying a minimal amount for which we will be getting the real-time experience. It is called as apprenticeship. Now, government is not only targeting on skill development, government is also targeting on apprenticeship. Why? Because people are learning skills and they are going away. So people should learn a skill and they should also apply it. Hence, the government took the responsibility of not only skill development with apprenticeship. Under the name called as National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. Ministry of Skill Development sent to promote apprenticeship training and increase the engagement of apprentices by providing financial incentives to establish apprenticeships minimum age 14 years and establishment specific, especially MSME. The government share of the stipend is transferred directly to the bank account. How, sir? So, sir, here there is a question. It's a recent scheme. ఎంప్లాయర్ ఎలా ఉంటాడంటే అతనికి నేను ఫ్రీగా ట్రైనింగ్ ఇచ్చి నేను ట్రైనింగ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా ఇస్తున్నాను లేకపోతే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ సర్టిఫికేట్ ఇస్తున్నాను కదా డబ్బులు పే చేయరు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లాయర్ ఫర్మ్స్, advocate firms will not pay to the junior lawyers. For 3-4 years they have to work freely and they will do the complete work. And the senior lawyer will think that I am going to give the experience certificate that is more than enough for them. So they will not get any money in return. Similarly, any skill development has been done. If they go and join any apprenticeship, any company, they will take them, but they will not pay them. They will take them for 1 year without paying them, but they will give a certificate. So government understood that few times people are not joining because they are not paying. So government understood that I will only pay them, but they will work at your office. You take their work, but I will pay them. Then what the company will do? Whether company will take more or less, the company will take more. Why? Because the payment is done by whom? Whether the people will be ready to work? Yes. Why? Because they are getting payment. That is called as National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme 2.0. 2.1, 2.0. 1.0, no payment from the government. Only motivating the employer to give them jobs. Then they understood that by motivating, no one is going to work. So, government understood that I will only pay to the employee, but you make him to get a job in your industry, at least up to apprenticeship. So that his skill development will be tested, there will be improvement, he will be working, company will be getting the benefit, and he will also feeling that I got employment. Hence, he will continue the employment. For 6 months, the payment will be done by the government. See, directly to the bank account of the apprentice, bypassing the employer to prevent leakage. Government shares 25% of the stipend up to a maximum of 1,500 per month per apprentice, covers both designated trades and optional trades. DBT launched 2023, significant increase in MSME participation due to the simplified DBT process. The scheme is now fully integrated with apprenticeship portal. Maritime Development Fund. Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Central Sector, dedicated fund with partial government equity to provide a dedicated source of long-term, low-cost financial support to the indigenous shipping and shipbuilding industry, reducing dependence on foreign financing, shipbuilding yachts, ship owners and port infrastructure developers. So mainly by using this fund, which is called as Maritime Development Fund. With a corpus of how much money? 25,000 core money. The government will contribute 49% of the equity and the remaining 51 will be mobilized with a major port. Will function effectively as a development financial institution for the blue economy. What do you understand? Do you understood anything? Chabar port. Where? Iran. Why India should fund it? Hambantota. Where it is? Sri Lanka. Who funded it? China. Chittagong. Where it is? Who funded it? Chittagong. Yes, India. Why? The big problem is in developing, they don't have the funds. So this Maritime Development Fund 2025 is telling that a 25,000 crore rupee is been earmarked only for shipbuilding. for shipbuilding industry, so that our shipbuilding industry will grow. So we are funding other countries, but we are also not that much developed. So in order to develop more in maritime front, exclusive fund was been earmarked up to 25,000 crore for development of maritime sector. That particular scheme is called as Maritime Development Fund. This fund was explicitly proposed to achieve Maritime India Vision 2030 goals and to elevate India's ranking in global shifting. Currently, we are less than 1% sharing across the world. PM E-bus, simple. In order to promote public transportation, in order to promote mass transportation, the central government is funding to buy electronic buses. The central government is buying electronic buses with 3,800 crore fund. With 3,800 crore fund, the mass transport buses will be buyed anew. That particular scheme is called as PM E-bus, Prime Minister Electronic Bus. So these buses will be obviously which bus? Electronic bus. And with bus, what they will do? Electric infrastructure for charging. Centrally sponsored Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs to augment city bus operations by deploying electric buses and building associated infrastructure. Urban residents in 169 cities, focus on cities with population of 3 lakhs plus and those logging organized bus services. Public-private partnership on a gross cost contract. Augmenting city bus services, 10,000 buses and green urban mobility initiative by because cities, electric vehicles. A critical 2024 update involving a dedicated fund to guarantee payments to operators if state transport undertakes defaults, and which PSM outlay is how much? 3,435. How many electric buses they want to buy? 38,000 electric buses. PSM, Prime Minister Bus. Samhi Fund 2. Swami Fund 2. PM E-bus. What is this? Tell me. There is a question. PM E-bus. Electronic bus transportation is mainly cities. So city local transport, number one. Number two, how much budget it got allocated? 3,400 approximately. How many buses we are planning to buy? 38,000 buses we have. In which mode we are going to buy? PPP mode. And infrastructure, electric charger infrastructure we are going to promote. And this come under which mission? Green India Mobility Mission. Mobility, no? Green. Why green? Electric vehicles. PM E-bus. Swami Fund. Ministry of Finance, special window to provide last mile funding to complete stalled housing projects, ensuring home buyers got possession. Home buyers of stalled, affordable and mid-income housing projects. There is a program called as Swami. What happened? Some apartments, some housing colonies, some housing projects got stalled. It can be because of fraud. It can be because of the company who was developing the project, they became default. Or sometimes the people did not continue to pay their EMI. So those projects, mainly housing projects which were been stalled, in order to reinvigorate, the government is pumping money to reinvigorate that particular industry by pumping money to them in the form of loans with less interest. That particular scheme is called as Swami. Affordable housing and real estate revival. If you remember, this is also sufficient. Affordable housing and real estate revival. 2025. The government announced a fresh corpus of 15,000 crore for Swami Fund 2 in 2025 budget to deliver approximately 1 lakh additional stalled units. Kavach 4 point. What is Kavach? Indigenously developed anti-collision system in training, in railways. Kavach, Ministry of Railways, Central Sector, to achieve zero accidents by preventing signal passing at danger and collisions, railway passengers and loco pilots, safety integrity level 4. Why it is called as 4.0? Unlike previous version, 4.0 covers all. What is unique with 4.0? It covers all terrains, hills, plains, deserts, and allows interoperability between different vendors. It features improved location accuracy and station-to-station communication via optical. All terrain, vendor to vendor, and station-to-station by using optical. So covering across India is under Kavach 4. Pilot, first one started in 2012. Now version 4.0 started in 2024. First field commissioning of Kavach 4.0 was completed on the Bajwa Ahmedabad section in late 2024. Mass roll out is prioritized for high density routes Delhi Mumbai or Delhi Howrah. Only one thing. All terrain across India, vendor to vendor connectivity. It's a project. It's private companies. Vendor to vendor means 1,000 kilometers this vendor. That 1,000 kilometers this vendor. Contract they will, for every railways. South Central Railway, South Railway, Western Railway, Southern Railway. They will have their own contractors. So vendor to vendor communication, station to station communication, covering across India. For the first route of Kavach 4.0 was been covered where? In Gujarat. Last, rooftop solar scheme, which is also called as Prime Minister Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. Rooftop, renewable energy, provide free electricity to households and sell surplus to discoms. 1 crore households will be covered. Up to 300 units per month will be free. If they produce more, then they can sell it to the discoms. Solar panels, 60% of solar panels will be subsidized by the government. If it is 2 kV, if it is more than 2 kV, then 40% will be subsidized by the government. February 2024 it was came. The scheme has seen mass adoption in 2025 due to the integration with low interest bank loans, and total budget allocation is 75,000. Amrit Bharat Station Scheme. Amrit Bharat Station Scheme. Secunderabad Railway Station. Amrit Bharat Station Scheme. It is not altogether a new station. The station will be redeveloped. That scheme is called as Amrit Bharat Station Scheme. Secunderabad is there under this. Long-term continuous development of railway stations into a modern city centers, railway passengers and local urban populations, redevelopment of 1300 plus stations, roof plazas, multimodal integration, removal of unwanted structures. Unlike, this is very important, unlike world-class stations, which involves complete demolition and rebuilding, world-class stations means what? Rebuilding, demolition, rebuilding. Amrit Station is what? Upgrading. Amrit Station is upgrading. World-class station is demolition, redeveloping or reconstructing. December 2022, hence the Prime Minister inaugurated the foundation for 103 specific stations. Phase 2, focusing heavily on states like Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. Secunderabad is also part of it. So these are all the schemes. Last class we discussed 33. Now we discuss 32. 33 plus 32, 65 schemes we discussed, which are new schemes. If you notice, sir, this many schemes are, if you notice, these all are almost policies, missions and portals. We can also create one portal now. One portal, one scheme. Mission, an idea, a scheme. A policy, a framework, a scheme. Real number of schemes are less. Agri-stack registers. So there are registries, there are policies, there are missions, or there are portals. I am very sure from the 65, 2 questions compulsory will come. It's an open challenge. I I gave the printouts of, together it is there, no? First and second, printouts of government schemes. Spandana, gross cost means complete cost. Okay, thank you.